thanking the Secretary-General, Under Secretary-General De Carlo and Director-General Grossi for your clear and sober briefings. The UK reiterates its full support for the vital work of the IAEA. We thank the IAEA Director-General and his staff for their continued professionalism, diligence and courage in these complex circumstances. President, first, the United Kingdom is deeply concerned by the sharp escalation we've witnessed between Israel and Iran over the past week. This is a dangerous moment for the entire region, and further escalation is in no one's interest. Civilians must never be targeted, and we deplore the loss of civilian life and offer our condolences. All parties must protect civilians and civilian infrastructure in line with international humanitarian law. Restraint is vital to protect further regional escalation and loss of life. The United Kingdom supports Israel's need to protect its security and people. However, a return to diplomacy is urgent, and we have pressed this with both Israel and Iran. I also want to be clear that the UK did not participate and is not participating in Israel's strikes. We have deployed assets, including jets, to the region as a defensive and precautionary measure only. President, second, Iran's nuclear program is a significant concern. My Prime Minister has been clear, Iran must never acquire a nuclear weapon. The IAEA's reports show that Iran's high-enriched uranium stockpile has grown to alarming levels. Iran's stockpile of 60% high-enriched uranium has no credible civilian justification. It is essential that Iran cooperate with the IAEA and bridge the trust gap that the Secretary-General spoke of. The IAEA and the Non-Proliferation Treaty are key pillars of international security. For many years, the UK, alongside our E3 partners, has sought a diplomatic solution to Iran's nuclear program. This commitment stands and has never been more urgent. Alongside E3 colleagues and the EU, we are engaging with Iranian Foreign Minister Araghchi in Geneva today and using this window of opportunity to support a return to diplomacy and a peaceful resolution. Any further escalation, such as restricting IAEA access, diverting nuclear material, or increasing the production of high-enriched uranium, would intensify the threat to international peace and security posed by Iran's nuclear program. Third, military action cannot put an end to Iran's nuclear capabilities. We have strongly supported and continue to support diplomatic efforts to come to a deal. That is the only way to resolve the nuclear issue for the long term. President, our objective remains stability in the Middle East. A diplomatic solution is in the interests of all concerned. Even now, it is not out of reach. Now is the time for restraint, calm, and a return to diplomacy and dialogue. I thank you.
I thank the representative of the United Kingdom for her statement, and I give the floor now to the representative of Slovenia.
Thank you, Madam President. Secretary General, thank you very much for your introductory remarks. USG De Carlo and DG Grossi, thank you very much for your updates and appraisal of the situation on the ground. Madam President, as we heard from the briefers, the situation continues to deteriorate rapidly and risks pushing the region toward the point of no return. We are deeply concerned with the Israeli strikes on Iran as well as with Iran's retaliatory strikes on Israel. Slovenia condemns its military escalation and the unnecessary loss of civilian lives. We call on both